Alright, so what's up guys? So we're out here on another run out here running for y'all, and you know we got a brand spanking new topic for y'all to talk about, and that is 3 ways you could stay. Hold up, let's get around this person. And you know, you want to have those 3 ways, you know, to stay motivated in any situation, because I don't know about you, but you know, there are times where I need that extra push and that extra motivation to keep going. I keep persevering and conquer those objectives. And you know, it's all fine and dandy, but you gotta know how you want to do that. You want to be, you know, clear as to how you want to achieve that. And for that, you know, we can go into tip number 1. That is, you know, to have a clear objective or a clear purpose. Right? For that, you know, that's what you want to do. And you know how you can do that is, you know, writing it down. Right? And whatever you're doing, say, you know, you want to make a lot of money. Right? Find out, you know, how you're gonna do that. Right? Whether it's you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a businessman, whatever you want to do, right? Figure out, you know, why you want to do it. Have a clear mission, right? Whether it's just 1 sentence long, or a paragraph, or several pages long, right? Really write and think about it, right? Have it there, you know, for you, you know, to understand, because, you know, without that, having that information for you, you know, to even reflect upon, right? Because it's there, it's written down. You can go back to it, you can study it, you can understand it again, almost as if you just wrote it, because when you go and write these things down, it forces you to get into a state, you know, of determination, you know, of being focused, because without that, you wouldn't be able to write down, you know, how you feel about it, why you want to do it, why is it so important to you, right? Why is becoming the best doctor in your state, right, probably one of your goals? Why do you want to do that? And when you're doing that, you will feel, you know, that this is right for me. This is why I want to do this, right? Whether it may be, you know, to, you know, touch lives, right, to make people's, you know, health conditions better. Whatever you want to do, figure that out. Because if you don't have that, you'll lose track. You'll lose focus, right? You'll wonder, you know, why are you doing this? Right? You'll ask that to yourself. That'll naturally come about, and that's okay, right? When you find yourself like that, go back to your why, and if you don't have it, find it, write it down, right? Stop, you know, for 10-20 minutes, right? That's probably all it takes for you, right, to think and write it down, right? And then you can go back to the hours upon hours that you put into your craft, right, and what you want to do. And from that, you will have a clear mission, you know, a, you know, determined mindset to come along with that, because you got, you know, the proof, right? They say the proof is in the pudding, right? You got the pudding right there. You got that notebook, you know, with the reason why, right? Those journal sketches, you know, if you imagine yourself, you know, as the best person in your field, right? One day climbing to the top, right? You see yourself there, and how that makes you feel, right? Ask yourself those 5 W's, right? Who do you want to be? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be? When do you want to be it? And why? Right? Put those 5 W's down, write them down, and from that, you will be on course. You know, just like a runner, right, racing, you'll be on track to get to your final destination, right? Your goal, the finish line, you know, crossing that plane. And for that, we will go into number 2. So number 2 was, you know, to have a mentor, right? Somebody, you know, who has your back, right, and supporting you. Someone you can turn to, right? Either a best friend, right, or a coach, or a supporter of yours, right, or your family. Someone you know, when you have times where you're not so motivated, right? Where you have, you know, a tendency, you know, to want to give up, right? Or quit. Because I don't know about you, but that happens to all of us, right? I don't care, you know, how motivated, how tough you think you are. We all have our down days, right? We have our great days where everything's going fine and dandy. We're able to wake up at the crack of dawn, you know, work out, get to work, do everything, and then go to sleep like a baby, right, for the next day. And then you might have some other days where you wake up, it's raining outside, you don't really feel like getting to your car and going to the gym, right, or going to the office. You have, you know, a tendency to feel like you want to call in sick, right? Everyone's guilty of that, right? You called in sick to work, right, or an appointment, and pretty much because you didn't feel like going, but you wanted to take a day off, right? You wanted to take it easy for today. And you know what you can say is that you weren't motivated to it, because if you were, you would be in that office working, right? You wouldn't be stuck at home faking an illness. Or even if you appear, you know, you're not even sick, you can even start to feel sick if you rationalize it to yourself enough. And whoa, and from that, you will not be motivated. So in order to get around that, have a best friend that you can call, right, or someone close to you. Find, you know, someone who you can turn to, even if it's, you know, to someone on YouTube, right? Someone, because there's plenty of videos of different people giving motivational talks and speeches and advice, right? And what's not to say that you shouldn't do that too, right? They're there for you whenever you want to access them. Not bad. Thank you. All right, so from that you want to be able to use, that's one of your most valuable free resources, right? You don't have to pay a cent, you know, to be able to watch those videos and get that helpful content that you want, you know, to help bring you into a state of mind, right, of being. Hello. What's that? They messed me up. You messed me up, it's your fault. Okay, no, but we'll take the fault for that one, because we had to stretch our neck a little bit too far to look at them, but it's okay. And yeah, like I was saying, you know, go. You know, there's different people. There's Tony Robbins, there's David Goggins, Gary Vee, and all those different figures, I will, you know, and listening to them, listening to their stories will put you in that mind state, right? Will get you to want to get up, start moving, right, and go to work. Because I don't know about you, but you know, the time you spend pondering it, right, thinking about it, is, you know, essentially time wasting, right? Because you're not motivated. And what that will do is, you know, paralyze you, prevent you from working, and, you know, stop you. And from that, we will go into the third way of, you know, how to stay motivated. And this is, you know, one thing that I've done pretty much, wow, almost throughout my whole life, right? I can't remember doing it as a kid, but, you know, to work out and get in shape, right? That whole mindset of working out and tearing your body down and working on it, right, will motivate you, right? Will teach you about life, right? Will get you up and go and get your heart rate up so you can take on the rest of the world and what it has to offer. All right, hold up. Let's see, because, you know, I don't know about you, but when you go and you work out for a good 1 to 2 hours, right, you're going to the gym, you're running, you're moving, you're getting active. When you go and sit down in the office, it could seem pretty easy to stare at a computer or study something because you're not, you know, so, it doesn't seem so physically demanding, right? It's just sitting down at a desk. You have, you know, that energy to do that, and that comes from working out, right? From getting in that space, you know, faster, bigger, stronger. And what's not to say that that same concept can apply to other fields, right? That, you know, require you to get, you know, faster, bigger, stronger, mentally, you know, with knowledge in a particular field, right? Taking that knowledge and doing that will, you know, teach you that concept, and you will be, you know, you will ascend the ranks easier, right? You'll be able to do your tasks more efficiently based upon you building that tolerance, right, to deal with them and, you know, be more wise in your field, understand more. And from that, you will be just like that big, huge guy you see in the gym, right? That big muscle bound guy, right? Benching, I don't know how many plates, right? You lose count of how many plates the benching because it's so many. You'll be that person in your different settings, right? In your corporate environment or in your school or wherever you're at. There's people like that, you know, that use that same concept everywhere you go, right? The big muscle bound guy, you know, is the same as, you know, a well-decorated army vet, right? In a particular army base, or a well-decorated doctor. And you get it, right? So from that, you know, work on yourself, learn that simple concept, right? And just hearing it isn't enough. You gotta actually do it, because it'll reinforce, you know, that way of thinking, that paradigm into your brain, and it'll spread to the other endeavors that you have. And from that, you will find yourself, you know, mastering your craft and getting better at it, because that's what you want to do. And, you know, from that, that's the third way, you know, to stay motivated, to stay on track. And, you know, from that, you will be able to stay on top of your goals, right? And keep them written down, have a purpose, right? And have, you know, people behind you, and have, you know, a fitness routine, because those three things will keep you in the right mind space. Them together, you know, not just one, you can just do one and be good, but, you know, having all three will really transform you into a, you know, a beast, right? Someone, you know, who is unshakable, someone who stays on their course, on their path, that knows what they're doing, right? Has a clear vision, and essentially doesn't care what others think about them, right? Because they know what they want to do, they know who they are, they know what their objectives are, and for that, you will stay motivated, right? Hello, come on, let's do it. So for that, we say thank you, and we hope you enjoyed this video, and like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again.